Is there hope for the Tomb of Imhotep, the architect of the step pyramids of Djoser, being uncovered soon? Egyptologist Chris Naunton is 100% certain of the location of the tomb. In this video, we are going to examine the possibility of finding the tomb that have remained elusive for centuries. Hello everyone, Gabriel here. Welcome to Ancient Insights. If you are here for the first time or have not subscribed to this channel yet, kindly subscribe now for interesting videos on ancient history, archaeology, and other interesting research from around the world. Without further ado, let's get to it. Egyptologist Chris Naunton has told express.co.uk that he is 100% certain there are undiscovered tombs just hundreds of yards from the famous step pyramid, and there is a strong possibility that its architect, Imhotep, is waiting to be uncovered. Imhotep was chancellor in the 3rd dynasty to the pharaoh djoser, and the mastermind behind Egypt's first pyramid, the step pyramid, which still stands in Saqqara today. Although not born a royal, Imhotep is recorded to have been a respected member of the pharaoh's family, and 2,000 years after his death, his status had risen to that of a god of medicine and healing. Yet, despite the efforts of archaeologists, his tomb has never been uncovered. But Egyptologists and author of Searching for the Lost Tomb of Egypt, Mr. Naunton says he has a pretty good idea of where it is. He told express.co.uk, the most fascinating possibility for an Egyptologist is that you could find a royal tomb. Because so much archaeology has been done, I guess a lot of people assume that there can't possibly be anything like that still to find. Yet, things are being found all the time, and every so often an incredible discovery. So, the tomb is Imhotep, who is a guy that we believe to be the inventor of pyramids, the architect who designed the first pyramid. The possibility is that his tomb is at Saqqara, part of that cemetery, close to the pyramid he built in an area we now know hasn't been excavated. Mr. Naunton explained how this area in Saqqara is likely home to other high-status tombs. He believes, despite the fact that Egypt has been the focus of so much attention from archaeologists and the wider public as well, there are still parts of the best-known cemeteries that haven't been properly investigated. But when asked why Egyptologists are not rushing to Saqqara, Mr. Naunton explained that it is a lot more difficult to excavate than what meets the eye. He added, there is just more archaeology than archaeologists are able to deal with. Saqqara is a prime example. It is a large area, at least 2 or 3 miles long by half a mile wide, and the archaeology is incredibly dense. It was in use from the 1st dynasty running to the late Antique and even later. So, it was in use for 3,000 years, and for most of that time, it was the most important cemetery for the whole country. There is just layers and layers of archaeology there, and digging is labor intensive, time consuming, and for the last 120 years, archaeologists have been very conscious that you can't just dig things up and ignore it. Everything must be properly documented and recorded. Mr. Naunton finalized by adding that if an archaeologist did take on a project of this size, it is likely that they will have to troll through and record thousands of years of history. He continued, so what tends to happen is archaeologists take maybe 3 years to do the digging, then 20 years to write it up. This to a certain extent puts people off. The other thing is archaeology is destructive. Once you have dug something up, you can't put it back. When you consider a site like Saqqara, where there is layer upon layer of archaeology, if you are interested in the bottom layer, you can't get to that without digging up and removing everything else. So, You can't go in and just ignore the earlier stuff. It is a big undertaking, and you have got to consider if you have the time, perseverance, and funding to see it through to the end. What do you think about this? Let us know in comments. You may equally check out this video as we explore the tomb of one of the most influential officials in ancient Egypt. Remember to subscribe and enable notification for frequent updates on ancient history and archaeology. Thank you very much for watching.